It's 3 a.m. You can't sleep, you don't want to. You're searching for gyms near you and side hustle ideas on TikTok. It's 3:15 a.m. You might even do some push-ups, check the Bitcoin price. But who are you kidding? You spent 4 years in high school, another 2 years learning a profession, and nonetheless, you're stuck in a job that you hate. It's 3:25 a.m. You finally close your eyes and imagine what you could be, but what you haven't yet become. And then, a small smile, as sleep agrees to meet you halfway. 6:30 a.m. The alarm cuts through your skull. You're dressed in silence, hop on the bus, enter the office. You sit down, say the script. Hello, thank you for calling Microsoft. And just like that, you're back in the cage again. It's over.
On my camera. To lock in, according to the internet, means to become intensely focused and committed to a task or goal, often to the exclusion of distractions, but fully immersing yourself in the present moment. Most people think that locking in is harder than actually being locked in. It's become ridiculous how often you hear people say, I'm locking in today, or even New Year, New Me. Most of the time they even go through with their promise. They start working out, learning new skills, or even touching grass. Kind of feel inspired for them, unless you would be, if they didn't go back to their old habits in a week.
Passion is a mean and intense emotion compelling action. It's an emotion that is deeply stirring and ungovernable. Locking in and remaining locked in is respectively the feeling of motivation and passion. You won't always be motivated. If you become passionate, the locking in will become a reoccurring instance. When you rely solely on motivation instead of passion, you won't maintain your workflow. Same thing for people who need nicotine pouches just to raise their blood pressure, to feel more on edge, or drink 5 coffees to get through their workday.
Confuse motivation with passion, but motivation fades, and without true passion you fall back into nothingness. That's when depression hits, when you're feeling like you're living a life without a purpose. I remember when I was depressed, I'd wake up, stare at the ceiling for hours. I'd force myself to go through my day, doom scrolling, doing God knows what, but just doing absolutely nothing with my life. I got to the point that I almost felt humiliated, and that's when I understood that I needed to change something. When I was at my lowest point in life, I understood that hate can create passion. It's only when I started to hate my lifestyle so much that I started to do something to change about it. On the other extreme, it's people who get to the point where they realize they're ruining their life, but feel too powerless to actually do something about it, resulting in nothing absolutely changing. Right now, I hate sleeping. It sounds like I'm a fucking insomniac, but it's because I don't want to stop living, not even for 8 hours a day. Becoming rich today is probably easier than ever. You see kids younger than me who are already making 6 figures because they learn how to rug pull off a YouTube video. I mean, if there are little kids that are locking in, finding methods to bring home the bag, I don't see an excuse for the majority of the population to continue staying geeked.
Being geek is the lack of purpose. I think it can come when people finish school and completely log the fuck out because they don't know how to function without someone spoon-feeding them a schedule and a goal. They end up spending summers doing nothing with their time, repeating to themselves that they'll lock in when school starts.
You see this everywhere. People saying they'll do something, just not today. I'll go to the gym this Monday. I'll start next week, this month. They don't realize that it has become a market. Open any social media. You find people posting motivational videos of David Goggins telling you to wake up. The saddest thing being grown men that comment interacting to stay on this side of the app, fully acknowledging the fact that they won't actually change. They just do this to get a constant adrenaline rush from feeling like they're about to change their life from misery to something they actually feel inspired by. I'm scared to get on this fucking train, but I might just do it.
We live in an era where depression is normalized, motivation is monetized, and no one fucking minds. To be locked in is to dedicate your life to something. Be it becoming rich, saving the world, or getting your dream job. Ask yourself, what do you want to do with your life? Then from this point forward, every decision you should make should be in service of that. Anyone can be locked in, but not everyone will. Now go back to fucking sleep. It's almost 3 a.m.